Look at the color, look at the color, look at the color, hey, look at the color. Okay, so I'm here to review for Stema hair. This is their Brazilian body wave ombre that I have nicely dyed purple and straightened. And I am rocking a 4x13 lace frontal that I personally bleached myself to match my bundles. So, originally this hair was, I'll put a picture here. It was originally this color, which is like a light brown, like a medium brown color. And they pretty much was like, well, what do you plan to do with it? Are you going to wear it in natural state? And I was like, well, I was going to keep it like it was. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bleach the frontal because they didn't have a matching frontal to match it. And that was it. Then I had the stroke of genius like, oh, let's do purple. You guys know I am not a big fan of purple by a long shot. So it would be no secret that I would not want purple hair by a long shot. So I was talking to my little sister who's currently in New York, and she was saying how she really wanted some purple hair. And she was like, is it possible that you can do me some purple hair? And, because I want some color. Her favorite color is purple. So I was like, I'll see what I can do. And this was the outcome. So they just seem darker. They're a much darker purple than my frontal is. I wanted the frontal to be a little more of the star versus the sidekick because it's in the front, it's the frontal. So I wanted it to be more of a bolder color mixed with a darker color. So you probably can't tell on camera because this just looks brown, but all of this is purple. This just happens to be a lighter purple, but this is actually purple too. So the ombre, I believe started probably about here and then went down. So I used this Adora color in 116 Purple Rage. This was the color that I used, and it actually does match my hair. I personally bleached my frontal lighter because I wanted the purple to show a little bit more at the top versus at the bottom. So since I've been in such a color mood, these are all the colors that I've used. This is my blue and my purples that I've used. These are empty, but this one actually has some color left in it. So I used this color on all of my bundles because of course I wanted it to be all even, yet I wanted to have more of a I wanted it to be an ombre, but this be, again, like I said before, this centerpiece of it. So to my bundles, I'm currently rocking 4 bundles and of course my frontal. I believe my frontal is 16 inches and I believe that all my bundles are 20 inches. So I think I have 4 20s and a 16-inch frontal. I did not cut this hair whatsoever. So this, what you're seeing here is how it came. So this is the way in which it came. I'm really mad that my hair is looking black on camera because it's really not. It's really all purple at the bottom. So far, as long as I've had the bundles, so far so good. I haven't had any major shedding. The frontal took very well to color, and originally I was gonna do my hair all I was gonna keep it all the color that the bottom was the original ombre, which I showed you here once before. I was gonna keep it that color. But what I decided to do, because the hair was lifting so quickly, I decided to let it go a little bit lighter than the original color was, the original blonde or brown. And I wanted it to stay on a little bit longer so you could see it, because I was afraid after I did it, I put color on it just like a strand test, and I turned this light on the seat and it was as dark as the bottom is and the sides are. And I'm like, damn, I want it so you can see the color. So I went back and went over it, put another application of bleach, and I used this BW2 bleach and I used this Clairol 40 volume developer. Now I will say that I did not, you see how flowy my frontal, well, all my hair is flowy, but this hair this hair obvious was bleached because the natural color is obviously not an ombre. Of course, this hair was bleached, and I bleached this again. It was a regular 1B when I received it. I bleached it up to here all it still flows. It's not dried out. What I did use, Tresemme Rich Moisture, which I use all the time when I bleach hair because this locks the moisture back into the hair after you color it. I tend to co-wash sometimes with this too. It just depends on what's the closest. But if it's something, you know, okay, I like to use this a lot with my curly hair. Well, more so my wavy hair. I usually use something else for my curly hair, but this I use a lot. It does lock the moisture back in. It's very inexpensive, but it definitely works. So this is, again, the Tresemme Moisture Rich Luxury Moisturizer. So once I ended up rinsing all the color out, now I did, however, leave my color in for about 4 days. Not because I wanted to, but because I had so much other stuff that was going on. I literally let it sit until the color literally crusted onto my hair and dried up, which tends to help. The thing that I love about Adore's colors is they're very pigmented, and after a while of leaving them on the hair, you're gonna notice, like, some people be like, well, when do you know when it's done, or when do you know that it's ready? Usually with Adore colors, they have, for whatever reason, when you put it on the hair, you can see the color. When it's done and you can rinse it out, it usually looks like you have like a little shampoo, so it starts to look clear. And that's kind of like your indication, like, okay, I can go ahead and rinse it down. The longer that you keep it on, of course, the more pigmented your hair is going to look when all is said and done. If you do not want a very, like, let's just say I got this purple and I didn't want it this purple, what I would have done is took some white conditioner, like that Tresemme conditioner, and put it in a tint bowl and then put some color and mixed it. I could have made like a lilac-esque color out of this if I wanted to. So that's kind of a trick too if you just really am not happy, or if you're one of those people who, after you bleach your hair and you're just kind of scared that it's going to be dry, you can mix your color with conditioner, and then that'll help also bring life back to the hair too, especially if it's curly. It'll definitely help bring the life back. I've received a minimal amount of shedding with this hair. It hasn't been crazy. It hasn't been nothing, again, that is just I can't deal with. Every now and then I'll get a strand here or there. But as you can see, my hair is very, very, very full. It's not thin by a long shot. It actually has a lot of luster to it. It moves like it's supposed to. I love the color variation that's in this, as you can see. And again, I'm not a person for purple hair. I'm not a person for purple, period. But a lot of you guys, every time I do color, you guys always suggest, you should do purple. You should do purple. When you gonna do purple? Oh, purple will be so cute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my hood girls who love a good purple, and all my hood girls who love the good blue when I did that too. I feels you. But other than that, I have had a very, very positive experience with this hair. Now, I will say, when I originally got it, it was a body wave, of course, the S shape. And I noticed that when I brushed that shape out and I flat ironed my hair, it did take a nice little couple of passes in order for it to get this straight and stay this straight. My frontal, I believe, was a body wave as well. So it was actually very easy, especially after I bleached it, to go ahead and straighten it out. I did go ahead and bleach my frontal because it does go to ear, and I figured something out actually after doing this. I find it much easier to pluck the hairline of a frontal after you've bleached the knots. I feel like when I do it before I bleach the knots, it's like I'm tearing the hair out and it doesn't want to come out as easily. But when I simply do it after it's bleached, the hair seems like it's a little more relaxed. It's a bit softer, so it's easier for me to pluck out, and it saves me a fortune. So when I do my tutorial, which if y'all keep asking me, it's going to get long and longer. Y'all, please, I got like 80 things going on. Just search the term. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done a tutorial on this. Before I do so, when it's like straight from the factory and I've only given it a co-wash. Now, this is a picture of what it looked like in like a half up, half down ponytail. And you guys can see kind of more here because mine is behind my hairline, but I like to leave, because the way my hairline is made, I can't put it right on it just don't work for me. But this is what it looked like after I bleached it, put it up, and plucked the hairline. This is what it looked like versus the very edged up look that they come. So if you guys are interested in this, rewind this video and take the proper precautions. All the products that I use for this, I will put below. All the colors that I use, which is only one, I'll put below as well. And yeah, shout out to Stema Hair. I think that they're a very good company. This is one of my favorite companies that's going to be featured in my good old AliExpress top companies that I really like, because I feel like it was actually very well treated hair. It wasn't dry. It had a natural luster to it. It's just that when I tried to straighten it, it wasn't so prone to want to be straight. It took a minute for me to get this sleekness. And I was going to originally curl it, but I feel like you wouldn't be able to see the color as much, so I just decided against it. But if you're interested, make sure you guys hit the links below, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Peace. Look at that color. Yeah, sir.